Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Liverpool's plan to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold is now obvious. Liverpool's plan to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold is now obvious. The biggest loss when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure from Liverpool is his creativity. There's no one quite like the club's No. 66. Alexander-Arnold is a special player, as much as it hurts to say that. Replacing his creativity is not going to be easy. Among right-backs, there's no perfect fit who is a like-for-like replacement. So, Liverpool have to go down the route of replacing him in the aggregate, and it feels like they are already making plans to do exactly that. As multiple reports, but most notably David Ornstein has reported for The Athletic, Liverpool are closing in on a deal to sign Jeremy Frimpong. The Dutchman is one part of a double transfer that could replace Alexander-Arnold in the aggregate. Frimpong isn't necessarily a player who makes progressive passes and looks to break opposition lines. He's a robust, dynamic wing player who loves to bomb up and down the flank. He's still very progressive, just in a different way. Whereas Alexander-Arnold will thread long passes, Frimpong will go on runs to evade his opponents and put crosses or passes into the box. Obviously, bringing him in alone isn't going to replace all of Alexander-Arnold's good qualities. But it doesn't look like Liverpool are planning on signing just Frimpong alone. His teammate Florian Wirtz is also on the club's radar, and the club have been in contact with him to explore a potential move as per David Ornstein for The Athletic. Now Wirtz brings directness and speed as well. He ranks in the top 10 for sprints in the Bundesliga this season. Frimpong is first in the metric, 10.21, while Wirtz is in 8th place, 8.32. But Wirtz is so much more than that. He's also one of the best creative outlets in the league. As per FBref, no one has more goal-creating actions, or 25, than Wirtz this season. Apart from Michael Olise, 0.49 90, Wirtz also averages the most expected assists, 0.37 per 90. And he has created the second most big chances, 17. Again behind the French international. Bringing him in is going to cost the club a lot of money. But he could replace Trent's creative output, while Frimpong fixes the void left on the right flank. Together, the two of them could make Liverpool even stronger and continue their exciting partnership that made Bayer Leverkusen go unbeaten in the Bundesliga last season. On that front, the rumors have also been coming thick and fast. Names such as Alexander Sorloth have most recently stolen the headlines as clubs begin to battle over his signature. Alongside a number of others in the race to sign the Atletico Madrid forward, Aston Villa could yet swoop in and finally sign their replacement for John Duran. Whether Villa's transfer stance changes in the remaining 2 Premier League games is something to keep an eye on too. The Villans still have a chance of securing Champions League football, which would hand them an instant boost financially. Emery is, of course, well aware of just how important his side's final 2 Premier League games are and reiterated the need to stay focused when speaking to reporters last weekend. Aston Villa register interest in Mosquera. With or without Champions League football, those in the Midlands are beginning to form their summer transfer plan. According to reports in Spain, Aston Villa have now registered their formal interest in signing Christian Mosquera, who has proven to be somewhat of a contract rebel at Valencia after failing to put pen to paper on a new deal. Available for around 18 FPS this summer, Mosquera is not a target that should leave Aston Villa concerned about PSR, given his affordable valuation. A player who Emery reportedly sees as the perfect fit, the Valencia defender could yet become the Spaniards' first signing of the summer. With rumors continuing to arrive around Bruno Fernandes's future, Ineos are now reportedly readying a big money move to sign a 67mm star who could eventually succeed their captain at Manchester United this summer. Bruno Fernandes' concerns still lurking. Where Manchester United would be without Fernandes is a scary thought, given that with their captain they've fallen as low as 16th in the Premier League. But it's a reality that they may be forced to live out this summer amid interest from Saudi Arabia. In a squad full of struggling players, it is Fernandes who has been at the center of anything good during Ruben Amorim's 6-month stint. Even as those around him have struggled, The Portugal international has managed a stunning 19 goals and 19 assists in all competitions. Take those 38 goal involvements away, and the worst-case scenario would become all too realistic for the Red Devils. Amorim's system could be a perfect fit for the Bilbao star too, with his 3-4-2-1 system operating with two number 10 roles. Sansit would, of course, seamlessly slot into a sensational Havertz upgrade. Arsenal join race to sign 100 Panzer's PL star. There have been two significant problems for Arsenal this season: injuries and lackluster attacking form. We shouldn't underplay the importance of the former, as Mikel Arteta has had to cope without the likes of Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Magalhaes for long stretches of the campaign, while Liverpool have been rather fortunate with their star players. However, the North Londoners' lack of cutting edge has been just as problematic, and as things stand, there isn't a single player in the team who has hit double digits for goals in the Premier League. So, with this in mind, it's unsurprising to see recent reports linking the club with an exciting striker who has hit the milestone and could be a real upgrade on Kai Havertz, Arsenal's striker search. Before getting to the player in question, it's worth examining some of the other Premier League strikers linked with Arsenal in recent weeks, such as Ollie Watkins and Liam Delap. The former might be available for around 50 mil this summer, and as he's racked up a sensational haul of 17 goals and 13 assists in 52 games this season, it'd be hard to say that's not a fair price. Delap, on the other hand, has a release clause of just 30 pounds in his contract, and with 12 goals and 2 assists in 38 games, that once again feels rather reasonable. However, another center forward has now been touted for a move to the Emirates, João Pedro. Yes, according to a recent report from journalist Sam Dean, Arsenal are among a number of Premier League clubs interested in the Brighton and Hove Albion star. Alongside the Gunners, Dean has revealed that Chelsea and Liverpool are particularly keen on the Brazilian striker, who, according to reports from last month, could cost 100 mil, although that could come down in negotiations. While it could be a complicated and costly transfer to get done, Arsenal should still pursue it, as Pedro's shown glimpses of brilliance on the South Coast and could represent a real upgrade on Havertz. How Pedro compares to Havertz. If the last season and a half has told us anything about Arsenal's attack, it's that Havertz is firmly ahead of Gabriel Jesus in the pecking order to start up top. Therefore, if the club were to sign Pedro in the coming weeks and months, he'd be up against the German for a starting berth. But who comes out on top when we compare them? Well, when it comes to their raw output in the league this season, it's the sensational Brazilian, as dubbed by U23 scout Antonio Mango, who comes out on top. In 27 appearances, totaling just 1953 minutes, he has found the back of the net on 10 occasions and provided 6 assists, which comes out to an average of a goal involvement every 1.68 games, or every 122.06 minutes. In contrast, the Gunners' number 29 was able to score 9 goals and provide 3 assists in 21 league appearances, totaling 1842 prior to his injury, which comes out to an average